Hey guys, Regina Floyd of Freedom to Live Life Well coming to you today from fabulous, windy Las Vegas. Actually having to shoot this video inside because it is seriously windy. But today I want to talk to you about fear. And what brought this up for me is this past weekend I spent a couple days in Anaheim, California and Buena Vista, hitting a couple of, actually 3 theme parks. We hit Disneyland, California Adventure, and Knott's Berry. And one thing that I noticed as we were going through these parks was a reaction to fear. I went with a friend of mine and her teenage daughter and my 10-year-old. And I was really impressed by watching my 10-year-old daughter, who had never been on some of the, faster rides at these theme parks, just face these rides with no fear. And she's only about 52 inches tall, so on a lot of rides she was tall enough, but there was a couple at Knott's Berry where she just didn't quite make the cut. But on some of the other rides, my daughter walked up, like she was ready to take on the challenge. And I rode a couple of them with her. We kind of switched off. And it was funny to watch her because she'd get on the ride and she looked absolutely terrified. She's just a petite little thing, and when she's in the harness, a couple times, the harness looks like it barely covers her and you're wondering if she can slide out between it. I got on one ride with her. She practically dug into the seat and had just completely set herself in behind the safety bar, seatbelted herself in as tight as she could. But you know what? Although I thought she's not getting on another ride, she's absolutely terrified. This kid got off the ride and got on some, and I'll be honest with you, at Knott's Berry Farm, there was some I refused to get on. I was not willing to face the fear to get on a couple of those. But my daughter got on just about anything she'd fit on that somebody would go with her. My daughter had no fear. She got on that ride and did it. And there was a couple times, it had been easy to say, hey, I'll watch our stuff, or hey, I'm not feeling well, or hey, my back hurts, or hey, my neck hurts. I'll just sit this one out. And I'll be honest with you, as we got going, a couple of them, I was a little concerned. You get on the ride and you're excited and it starts to move and you're like, uh-oh, what was I thinking? And fear starts to take over. But I remember on a couple rides specifically, just breathing, taking a breath, and just enjoying the experience, enjoying the feeling. And when I let myself relax, and when I didn't think about being afraid, but I thought about the thrill of it, then suddenly I was grinning from ear to ear practically the whole ride. Like, surprised I didn't catch bugs in my teeth because I was just laughing so hard. And, it just makes me think about the different things we face in our life that cause us fear. And we have a choice on how we decide to deal with it. You can do, like my daughter, she just walked up to a ride, little tiny petite thing, barely 60 pounds. She just walked up and faced her fear. She looked absolutely terrified strapping in, but I never heard her say she changed her mind. I never heard her say she wanted off the ride. I never heard her say absolutely not. The kid faced the fears, and I don't know where she got it from, but she did it. And, we can do that in our lives. We can choose. And I thought about, some of the things that I've had to face in my life, especially this year. It's been really a challenging year with the loss of a parent and facing death and caring for a parent up until that point. And, same thing, I guess. When I look back, I think of how, like my daughter, I just dug in, faced what I had to do, and took care of what I had to do and faced it. And just thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it, afraid. I'm going to do it afraid. And, whatever you're facing in your life, you have a choice. You can actually let it take take the best of you, or you can decide that you're going to do it no matter what, no matter how fearful it makes you, and you're going to conquer it. And so much like getting on a ride at Disneyland or California Adventure or Knott's Berry Farm, you just face the fear and you ride it anyway. So, I'm hoping that me sharing this silly little story about my daughter, because she's 10 years old. If a 10-year-old can walk up to a really scary ride and looking like she might come out of the harness because she's so tiny and do it anyways, what do we really have to be fearful of? What are you letting stop you in your life because you're just focusing on the fear? For example, in my business opportunity, it's $25 to get started. And there's people who are afraid to spend $25 to start on a business that can create the kind of freedom they want. I got to go to Disneyland on weekdays, and I didn't have to ask anybody for that time off. Because in the past, I made a decision to overcome the fear to invest in myself, and spent $25 and more for a business that I knew would create the kind of freedom I wanted in my life. So when you're facing a scary ride, or something else going on in your life like death or an illness or whatever, really put it into perspective. It's all in how you choose to deal with it. Believe it or not, you really can handle it. So, look fear in the face and do it anyways. Do it afraid. So I hope that has helped you in some area of your life. I encourage you to follow my videos, subscribe to my videos, check out any links you see below. I invite you to come check out my blog. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. And you know what? Don't let fear stop you from doing the things you want to do in your life. Okay? Take care. Make it a fabulous day. Talk to you on the next video. Bye-bye.